Already got my sleeves rolled up? Let's get started. So the first thing she talks about is really amazing, and I think a more prominent amount of women should talk about, is the normalization of bags under the eyes. She's tired, she's working hard. I'm tired, I'm working hard. You're tired, you're working hard. Let's talk about that. So we're on to the makeup routine.
So she starts with like a tinted moisturizer or foundation. I only wear foundation for special occasions because once again I don't go anywhere. So I'm just gonna go right into concealer.
What I usually do is I warm it up on my hand first, like this. I really just focus it on the problem areas that I have, which AO 26 and still have breakouts. Who's with me?
Oh, she contours her nose. I've never done that. Today's the day.
My mom always emphasized the power of bronzer.
She's going in with a contour. I'm also using a stick. This is just Flesh that I found at the store for like $2. Something that I noticed so far is that she isn't using powders, which I really like because I also don't use powders. I think that you look the best when your natural skin can shine through.
And she goes in with a pen and colors them in, and I every day use my mascara.
Brows. I use, she is gifted in the brow sector. She doesn't have to do much. I have a decent amount of hairs, but they're very light, so I use Glossier Boy Brow.
I have no brows.
So AOC has had a lot of truth in this video, or at least truth I personally identified with. I, before going back to school, worked in an office environment. I was in there for almost 10 years, and truly, in multiple meetings, I had executives and people who were my boss talk about the women there, and if they didn't have makeup on, they were lazy. So lazy women wouldn't make as much money. And it just truly goes against what I believe for beauty, is that it shouldn't be subjugated to how someone else views you, how a man views you, but how you view yourself.
I'm just gonna do a little bit of lining on my top lid. It's not gonna be very great. Probably, that's okay, we're having fun, so.
Ooh. I gotta go somewhere after this. I'm looking cute.
Next she does mascara. That's gonna be really difficult to do on here, so I'm just gonna do it in the mirror.
The only thing left is the grand finale, which is lips, which is AOC's signature.
She's like full send with it. So she just goes on the bottom lip.
This is a bold look. This is not the kind of makeup that I would wear at all on an everyday basis. Maybe it's because I put the eyeshadow on too heavy. She finishes the video in a really cute blazer. It's like cow print adjacent, so I figured I would bring out mine. I'm ready to take on the grocery store today.
There's my bold lipstick look.
Let's see here. She does the hair flip and says she's going to take care of her hair later. Me too. I feel different and still beautiful and really excited that I tried this. And knowing that a powerful woman wears this, is taken seriously, and is doing good work to improve the lives of everyday people makes me want to wear this all the time. And I'm so grateful that I got to try it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.
Okay, so we just got done filming our bold lip look, and how is everyone feeling after that?
I feel confident, and like I have two looks in one. So in my lighting in my bathroom, I feel like it's like soft Hollywood glam because I've got like the neutral eye and the red lip, and I've got like wavy hair. And then I come into this lighting to do the joint meeting, and I feel like sexy vampire almost. It's like pale. We've got the red lip as the focus, but either way, I really like it, and it wasn't what I expected at all.
Well, honestly, I kind of feel like a fraud because, like, in the video, I was talking about like confidence and stuff, and then I was like watching the footage back. And I'm like, oh my god, I hate how I look in this video. So like that made me kind of sad, but I'm just gonna roll with it, you know. Like, it's like I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to look a certain way, or sometimes we're just too mean to ourselves and we never say these things to other people. Like, we just say it in our heads to ourselves. So I'm just rolling with how I looked in it. I'm just gonna accept it. And I like my purple lipstick though, so at least I have that.
I feel like everybody presents really comfortable in their makeup, but I definitely hear you about, I felt overly vulnerable and I wasn't prepared for it, stepping into the camera, having no face, and like trying not to be worried about angles. And it was like, this is just what I look like while I'm putting on makeup. And I think AOC was a great video for making me confront how the things that I say to others don't match what I tell myself.
Totally. When I was watching her video, I was kind of struck by a lot of the things that she said, even though they're things that I kind of already know and think about ever so often. I was sitting there, especially when she was talking about how beauty is supposed to be for us and for our own happiness and for our own expression and confidence, but how that is often used against us. And it's used against us in the workplace, and it's used against us in situations to make us feel uncomfortable, whether we're wearing makeup or not. It seems like someone always has an opinion, especially if you're going into a field like politics or journalism. Like, your face is important, and yeah, it just the way that people treat you is different based on how you look, and that's something that's really hard to kind of navigate.
Now, I think when you first start wearing makeup, or at least when I first started wearing makeup, I was younger, and my mom was like, oh, she's gonna figure it out. You know, you paint it on, and then you learn that that's not what you want to present because that's what you don't want to wear. And but I hear you, like, it was like middle school and early high school, and like I'd be wearing certain things and someone would be like, oh, you look like, and then they throw out this like derogatory term. And it seems so odd that when women or anybody who wants to wear makeup is learning how and is starting with self-expression, you're then condemned. And it just feels like the first person to start changing that is yourself. And I feel like AOC constantly was reminding you, whoever the viewer was, that like you have the power to change norms and you should confront those when you can. And so like, I don't want anybody to go out here after trying on makeup and feel like they're less than, or they didn't do a good enough job. And when you think that about others, it's really damaging. And the first thought, I don't think you can necessarily control, but you do have the power to change your second thought and go, oh, they're trying their best and it's none of my business, and moving on, and embracing the ability to let people express themselves, whatever that is, and makeup will make the world a better place.
Yeah, I remember the first time. So I did like ballet when I was younger. So I wore a little bit of makeup like when I was like 6. And I remember feeling so, it was just fun. Like, it was not about what other people thought of me. It was just like, oh, I'm playing dress up. This is really fun. This is a way to express myself. And then when I wore makeup on my own for the first time, it was like middle school or like maybe 5th grade, I don't know. And I decided to go with the bold choice of a blue eyeshadow, just like swiped it on like nothing else. And I showed up to class, and I remember the boy sitting next to me was like, "You look so stupid." And I was just like, okay, I'm just never gonna do this again. But I think that as I got older, I realized, like, why does it matter? Why does it matter if it was something that I wanted to do and I liked and I thought it was fun? Why does it matter if someone else didn't like it? And it does suck that people think that they have the right to tear other people down for their own choices of self-expression. But ultimately, I think that we all have to get to the place where we are ready to face that criticism. And it takes a certain kind of strength to get there, and it took me a long time. I would say it wasn't until after I graduated high school that I really started feeling comfortable expressing myself the way that I wanted to. Especially, and this is something that I have mentioned to you guys before, but like, I have like problematic skin, so like, throughout high school, I was like, well, if I don't wear makeup, people are gonna like look at me weird, and if I do wear makeup, people are gonna look at me weird. So I feel like I'm like forced to do whatever I'm doing is like the looming overhead thought is like, what do other people think? And so it's a really freeing space to not be there anymore, but that doesn't mean that other people aren't there anymore. And I think that my advice to people that are still struggling with that is just to kind of listen to people like AOC and listen to people that are trying to tell you, like, it really doesn't matter what other people think.
I think time and the right people. You need to make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who are supportive but are honest. And it's really hard to find a balance sometimes, especially when you're in that late teens to early 20s space, because everybody wants to, you think that you have all these people around that want to support you the best way that you can. And sometimes support comes from letting somebody know this looks like this and I can help you. And then sometimes support comes from they're doing great and I want you to continue that. And it's just unfortunate. I hate to say unfortunately, but it does take time. A lot of it is just grounded in time and trusting yourself to do little exposure. Like before the last couple of years, I had really problematic skin too. I had cystic acne. And so I chose to go on medication to fix it. And I remember before I did that and I was wearing makeup, a long time ago, somebody I considered my friend said, you look like a Crunch bar if they were made with white chocolate with your makeup. And it stuck with me. And so then as I grow and I was continuing to wear makeup, I would think those thoughts when I was putting it on, and then I would have to choose to keep going. And you don't have to wear your makeup all day. You don't have to wear it for a full hour, but exposing yourself and allowing yourself to be free and to push past those, even if it's just for a couple minutes, it's really beneficial.